welcome to a new Unreal Engine tutorial. Today we will make a puzzle system. So let's cut to the point. I'll open up my content browser and make a new folder. I will call mine Blueprints. Open it up, right click, and select Blueprint class, and create an actor. I'll call mine BP Pressure Plate. I'll open that up, maybe save it because you need to do it. Now I need to drag it into my level. It only makes sense. Okay, now it's looking kind of blank, so press the plus that says add, and add a cube. I will call mine cube pressure plate. Now size it properly. And of course, it's sizing too fast. Now once it's done, I'll compile and save it. Now I'm going to add a box collision so the player can interact with the pressure plate. I'll call my box collision pressure plate collision. Resize the box collision as well. There we go. Now let's go down to details. Scroll down until the event section and find the on component begin overlap. Drag off the other actor and type in cast to third person character. Now compile and save like you should always do. Take a look at it. You can see how it's looking good already. Now the next thing to do is to drag the pressure plate into the event graph. And what I will get is the node move component 2. What this will do is move the component over a specific amount of time. How much? Depending on what you put on the target relative location or in rotation. But I'll put mine to -5 and other time of 0.1 seconds, so it goes down pretty fast. Take a look at that. It goes down, but it's hard to notice. Let's edit some settings. I'll set mine to -8. I think it goes down a good amount, but it doesn't go back up. Let's fix this. Let's go back to the pressure plate collision. Scroll down to the events and on component end overlap. When you end the overlap, when the third person character isn't overlapping with the actor anymore, it will move the component back to its original location, but you have to set the relative location to normal. I set mine to 8 thinking it would set it 8 above the -8, but it just adds 8. So I'll end up just going with 0, and it works. This is what happens. It goes down and it goes up 8. After editing, there it goes. Now it works. But does the pressure plate actually do something? No, you can do infinite things with this simple pressure plate. So what I'm going to do is create a door that opens when the pressure plate is activated. So I'll call my new actor BP door. But it's empty, and I don't have a door, so let's make one. Press the cube with the plus and go. Press the cube with the plus and go into the geometry section. Select a box brush. I will size it to the basic size of a door frame. Now I'm going to duplicate it, pressing Alt and dragging down and going down until I see door frame. Subtractive means it'll just subtract from the box brush that's already there. Boom. Now it looks like a door. Now it looks like a door frame. If you selected both the box brush and the brush settings, click Advanced, create static mesh. I will call mine door frame because it only makes sense. Now we have a door frame, just like that. Next step is to go into our modeling. The X form and make the pivot the center from the door. Let's go into BB door and add a static mesh. I'll call it door frame in the details panel. In static mesh, I will apply the door frame that we just created, but now we're missing a door. I'll add a solid blue color so it looks much better. And now our door. Can I just add an average cube Unreal Engine starts with? Well, let's see what happens if I do that. As I make the cube, if I use the default engine cube, when I move component 2 and rotate the door when the pressure plate is activated, what will happen is it will rotate from the center of the mesh. Which means it won't work. So we have to create our own door using the same technique as previously shown. Just for now, I'll compile and save it and call my cubic door. Call it. I think it's I think it's looking pretty good so far. There we go. Let's just bring it up and size it a bit more. Okay, but now, doesn't every door need a door handle? Let's make one. You can make any type of door handle you want. You can make a push door handle, just like that. Or what I'm going with, an average door handle. It'll look low poly, but if you already have a door frame and a door mesh, the door blueprint will work just fine. So now I'm going to be placing the door handle where I want. So now, we just select both of the box brushes again, and in the brush settings, go in the advanced again. Create static mesh and call it door. There, now you have a door frame and a door. After, I go in modeling mode and edit the pivot of my door frame. It's at the bottom, which means it'll rotate at the bottom now. But we want it bottom left. How I'll do it is select the left, then Z. Bring it down to 0. And just like that, it will rotate on the bottom left, which means it'll work just like this. Now I will demonstrate what would happen if we went the easy fast way, just like that. This would happen. It would rotate in the center, in the middle, and it wouldn't work. So let's apply our door static mesh. Reset the location. Rotation and scale. to make it fit. Move it to the appropriate placement. Now let's compile and save our blueprint, like you should always, and delete this because we don't need them anymore. I'm going to create a folder called static mesh to put our door and door frame mesh in, and save everything. Now in our pressure place blueprint, we need a way to check when we open the door or not, or when we step on the pressure plate or not. Don't worry about that. I'll create a new variable called isPressed. And set it true when we begin overlap, and set it false when we end overlap. Ooh, no, false. Compile and save. Let's go to our door event graph and create a new custom event called open door. So let's get into it. Search up custom event and call it open door. Move component to in the rotations Z. We will move our door how much we want and copy that right there. Mine is -90. So let's reset that. And in there we will put -90. Put it in the target relative rotation, and then the target relative location will be the same, -70 for me. Compile and save. And set our time, 1 second. So now we need, what if that's false? After you stepped on it, bringing the door back shut. False. We will set the relative rotation to 0. Compile and save. Now we'll drag our door blueprint into our map. And in our BP door, we need to play it on event begin play to see if it works. Play it just like that. The door opens when the branch is true, but we need a way to change it depending if the pressure plate is true or false. So I'll drag the condition from the branch into the event graph and create a new input called isActivated. Compile and save our door. And in your pressure plate, you never saw those. Those didn't exist. But in our pressure plate, we will compile and save it. And what we will do is in our third person map, right click the blueprint icon and select open level blueprint. Left click actually. And in our third person map level blueprint, we will right click anywhere you want and search event begin play. And now what we need to do is select our door. Once you have your door selected, go back into our third person map. Right click and select BP door. Now what we need to do is select the pressure plate. Right click and get a reference of the BP pressure plate. Now in the pressure plate, to access the door, we will create a variable called door. And down where it says bool, where's what an average variable starts off, search BP underscore door and get the object reference or whatever you named yours. In our third person map, drag off the pressure plate and set door. Now off the door, we will set our door to BP door, which will in turn get us access to our BP door. Now we get our door from our pressure plate and open door. It is activated. Will be set depending if it's pressed or not, just like that. So now I'm going to copy and paste it to the other one. And just like that, the door will open and shut depending if it's true or false. And that is how we make a simple pressure plate in a door that will open and shut depending if it's true or false. And by the way, you didn't see that either. Don't worry about those. Compile and save. Make sure our game is safe. Now, step up. Don't worry about that. Now step on the pressure plate and the door will shut. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification, and like the video.
Yo, roommate! I see you're doing them Unreal Engine 5 tutorials, but you better say hi to your mom and celebrate Mother's Day.